Welcome to Cengage Learning Videos, using AutoFill and Autocomplete in Excel 2010. You may often find yourself entering a data series in Excel or needing to apply the same formula to a series of numbers. Rather than keying each successive value or formula, Excel provides a handy AutoFill tool. Notice that this worksheet has several columns of values, each of which contains the beginning of a series. The first column shows a series of 3 dates. Select cell A4. Notice that there is a small black square in the bottom right of the active cell border. Position the pointer over the black square, called the fill handle, until it changes to a black cross. Then click the left mouse button and hold down while dragging to the next cell down. A screen tip appears showing that the value to be entered in cell A5 is the next sequential date, 1/8/2013. Continue to hold and drag down to cell A10. Then release the mouse button. The dates from 1/8/2013 through 1/13/2013 appear in column A. AutoFill also works for a series of numbers. Sometimes, however, you need to provide more information for AutoFill to accurately complete a series. Select cell B4 and then click and drag the fill handle for this cell. As you move to cell B5, the number 3 appears in the screen tip. Rather than continuing the sequence of numbers, if you proceed with this AutoFill, it will fill in the subsequent cells with the number 3. Move the pointer back over cell B4 and then release the mouse button to stop the AutoFill. To establish the correct series, select cells B2 through B4. Then select the fill handle in the bottom right corner of these selected cells and drag down to cell B10. Select cells C2 through C4. Notice that these cells contain a series of values that increment by 2. Select the fill handle and drag down to cell C10. The series is continued with each subsequent number increasing by 2. Select cells D2 through D4. These cells contain a series of numbers that increment by 0.5. Select the fill handle and drag down to cell D10. The series is continued with each subsequent number increasing by 0.5. AutoFill also works for formulas and functions. Cell E2 contains a sum function that adds the values in cells B2, C2, and D2. Select cell E2 and then select the fill handle and drag down to cell E10. The sum function is inserted into each cell with the cell references changing to reflect the cells in each row of data. For example, when you click in cell E6, you see that the sum function in that cell adds the values in cells B6, C6, and D6. Another useful automatic feature in Excel is the ability to recognize information you have already keyed and offer it as an option to enter before you finish keying. This feature is called Autocomplete. To illustrate, select cell F10, key the word rows, and then press the Enter key. In cell F3, key the word tulip and press the Enter key. In cell F4, key the word trillium and press the Enter key. In cell F5, key the letter R. Notice that the word rows appears as soon as the letter is keyed. To accept the word rows as the entry in cell F5, you can press the Enter key, the Tab key, or use an arrow key to move out of the cell. Press the Enter key to move to cell F6. In cell F6, key the letter T. Since there are 2 entries that start with the letter T, no autocomplete options appear. Key the letter R. Now Excel recognizes a connection to data that has already been keyed in this column and offers trillium as an option for entry. Press the Enter key to accept this entry and move to the next cell.